trophy. I say I'm the best cause I am. It's noted in keeping it low-key. I can carve up the D like a turkey, or run straight through the D like a train. This year we ain't taking no losses. It's all about making the game. I hear a lot of trash talk. He call us up making a name. I put on the Jets, the coach will regret even letting them stay in the game. Team morale took a tumble. Next time be humble. I'm the lion in the jungle. You just trying not to fumble. Rumble, young man, rumble. Never slip nor stumble. I take off poof, magic. Now watch me juke through the traffic. Footwork fantastic. Dominating every facet. Pocket like plastic. Here come the blitz, pass it. Got it on smash. Gas. I would not crash. 100 yard dash. 100 yard dash. 100 yard dash. 100 yard dash. 100 yard dash.
Tell me what you want, what you need. Tell me what you wanna give. How much blood would you bleed? I'ma tell you I'm a misconceiver. I'm a believer. Someone better kick my fever. Tell me it's 100 degrees underneath my whole flesh. Everyone tells me it's a bit of a mess. I'ma tell the risk I was never at the hit. I would never get it off my chest though. I'm forgetful. Someone better tell me I was always on the edge. Overstay your bearings, I would never underestimate. Oh baby, my bets are off. Everything was better off. Oh baby, my bets are off. Everything was better off. Take your eyes off me, don't want to see me when I'm gone. Everything I give and everything I lost. Good things come at a cost. I left it on your head, and when you ever overstay it, your thoughts are never everything you want till when you want. I'ma take it in the head with the signs of the distort. I'ma leave it on the side. You run the Christ when I breath on this set. Let me speak on behalf of the dead. I'ma leave, I'ma speak. I'm the sick in the head. Come on. Come on. Oh baby, my bets are off.
We are sandwiched between Fort Worth and Dallas, Texas, and Arlington at the luxurious AT&T Stadium. Obviously, they do everything big here in Dallas, and the introduction to the Cowboys, no exception. They're set for football in Big D as their guys will do battle with the Minnesota Vikings. The man back in purple in 2019, Dan Bailey, to get us started. And we are underway from AT&T Stadium. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line.
On the ready. Mike 5-4. Hey, watch that. Hey, watch the ball. Hey, Chuck. Wait. Watch out. Hatchet.
Here's the man who's led the league in rushing twice in 3 seasons, Ezekiel Elliott. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
Let's go deep, tighten up.
Draw play, Elliott. And tough going there as he'll only get it up to about the 31. Solomon Thomas there on the tackle. For Zeke, what a first 3 years he's had in the NFL. Last year, his second rushing title, 1,434 yards. Not as many as 1,631 that he had as a rookie, but still his yards per game average was the best in the National Football League. From the gun on third down, Jackson able to find Warner. That's complete. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. The result, a first down as a quick slant gets him 14.
Check. Watch 54. 6 man. Check.
A first down carry by Elliott. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards.
Cowboys, first down. 1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
In your face.
They keep on the ground with Elliott. And this time they're able to bottle him up as they'll stop him at the line of scrimmage. The tackle goes there to Linval Joseph.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. From the gun, Jackson. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. Anthony Barr in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. An extra defender in the secondary for the Vikings here on 3rd down. Now Jackson. They'll set up the screen to Elliott. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. Only 2 on the screen pass there, and it'll be 4th down. And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area that they want him involved. Just as you said, they want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups they're getting.
And they're not going to get the snap off. This might back him out of field goal range. And that'll set him back 5. So on 4th down, here's Chris Jones to punt it away. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at the 20.
I got you, boy. Watch it.
Here's Dalvin Cook, 3rd year back from Florida State. Gets this to the 24 for a gain of 4.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down, a very solid gain on that play.
They'll come up 2nd and 6 now from the 24. Now Cousins here on the bootleg. He's going to air one out. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Now Cousins. Now the hit comes, and Cousins lost the football.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
2nd and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack. Here's Cousins. And Rudolph has it left side. And they move this all the way down to the 9. 23 yards the pickup there. Throwing, Cousins. This will be caught at about the 5. They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4. Nice job defensively to hold them to 4, and now it's 2nd and goal. On 2nd and goal, Cook waiting in the backfield all alone. Cousins now. That's caught at the 3. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
This is 3rd and goal now. 80,000 on their feet here in Arlington. They'll run it. Here's Cook. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 6. He lost a big chunk, 6 yards there, and it leads to 4th down. And Bailey able to knock it through. And the Vikings have a 3-0 lead. In the end, the opening drive, Charles, does yield points. Maybe not the touchdown that they wanted, though.
Yeah, but bottom line, they wanted to get something out of that drive, and they did that. 3 points, they won't turn that down at all.
Now, after the field goal, Bailey will kick it away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number 1 goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number 2 goal is win your division. Number 3 goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round. Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well. The threat of a second straight punt to start the game is looming as they come up 3rd and 10. From the gun, it's Jackson. And he's able to hook up with Michael Gallup. And they work this well upfield across the 45. And they convert on 3rd with a gain of 22. With Cole Beasley now in Buffalo, you think that might open up some more targets for Michael Gallup. Last year as a rookie, 33 catches for the Dallas Cowboys. This is Elliott, and he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down.
Here we go. 18 Gator. 54. Watch 54. Let's get it together, defense.
Now on 2nd and 13. Jackson. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And this is going to turn into another 1st down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 30.
1st and 10 at the 30-yard line.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
54. Hey, come on now. Check your hot read. Check 31. Check field goal. Check. What? Go.
3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Start of the 2nd quarter, and it's the Cowboys in possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10. On 1st down, Elliott. Down to about the 22 here. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, got to like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3.
They're not ready for this. They're not ready for this. They still playing.
Off the play fake. Here's Jackson. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. Randall Cobb, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd and short. By the way, I got to apologize because I just realized for about the last 4 or 5 plays, I'm eking over into your territory up here in the booth. My bad. I'm going to get back over to my spot.
Yeah, we're not talking about our on-air commentary. I mean, what is all this extra paper? I mean, this is unusual for you.
My bad.
Normally you run a really tight ship. What's going on here?
Just like that incomplete pass, I'm going to try to tighten things up here for this next play. Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect. Well, the other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point. And they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
Of course, the door for Maher was opened after a little bit of a surprise move. The Cowboys letting go of Dan Bailey last year.
Yeah, Maher took over in the preseason. He's from Nebraska via the Canadian Football League where he kicked for 4 years. And I saw him personally make 2 game-winning field goals last season against Detroit and in Atlanta.
Let's go. The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the number 1s. Looking for Thielen, but it's intercepted. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. And it's a huge return as he brings us all the way back down to the 15-yard line.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively, not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
Now it's Jackson to the goal line, but it's incomplete. Darren Waller, the intended receiver. That'll bring up 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Morgan. No gain that time on the completion, and it'll be 3rd down. The defense loves to hang their hat on that, don't they? You get a guy that catches the ball, but you stop him for no gain.
Without a doubt, because they're also used to trying to catch people after the catch, and they miss. And that turns into what? A huge play. We've seen it so many times. In this case, though, catch was made, put down right on the spot.
To throw is Jackson. Throwing right, and that's complete. And he's going to come up well shy of the 1st here as the tackle's made right around the 12.
One of the money routes for any offense, the drag route. So tough to defend because the receiver can stop at any point and make himself available to the quarterback and get a completion. But I love the communication we saw there. All the defenders pointing out the receiver, where he was going, and then they're able to rally to the ball after the catch and stop him short of a 1st down.
And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And last time wasn't pretty. 1 play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens.
A 3-yard pickup.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
On 2nd and 7, Cousins. And Rudolph has it, the tight end. That one good for the completion percentage, but no gain. It'll be 3rd down. They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here. the gun, here's Cousins. And that will be incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? Zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
The Cowboys take over first and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. Now they're about to come up on drive number 4, but so far just 2 field goals on drives 1 through 3.
Wondering if the head coach has talked with his offensive coordinator and said, look, let's go ahead and press this a little bit. I'm giving you 4 downs on just about every occasion to try and get this offense kick-started and have it culminate in touchdowns. You know, maybe someday you press it a little bit. This might be the case.
The throw on the quick slant going to be complete. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. On the counter, Elliott. And an alley to run. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That good for 22 and a first down. A tough run by Ezekiel Elliott, the 4th overall pick in the 2016 draft.
If you watch tape of him in college, you saw plenty of those runs because I know the highlights showed him in the open field breaking away from people, but that's how he wore down defenses, those exact type of runs.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Throwing is Jackson. He'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49.
You know what the key to a good screen pass is, don't you?
But you're going to tell me good blocking?
Well, good blocking eventually. But first is good acting. You want to let the defenders go past you, leak out to whichever side or even in the middle where you want to set up the screen.
Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. Danielle Hunter make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
Enough takes a start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Out of the gun, it's Elliott. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down. Out now comes the Cowboys punter as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And it's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
A big play there out of Cook. 76 yards. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
Check
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. Meanwhile, here's a shot for the end zone right away, but it's incomplete.
When you got your backs in the shadow of your goal line, you've got to be physical in that situation because there's not a whole lot of space, not a lot of wild plays that can be run.
And he'll get in. Touchdown, Minnesota. Dalvin Cook with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Vikings are going to retake the lead. No success on first down. He couldn't get any yardage. They give it to him again, and he finds the end zone.
Sometimes it just has to be persistence, doesn't it? And you know who else helps with that? Offensive line. After a team's been stuffed, the last thing they want to do is go to a different play call. They want to come back and do it again and show that they can dominate the line of scrimmage.
And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
First down 10 at their own 22-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down.
The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked off by Harrison Smith. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. And that was a young pup, the rookie being intercepted by a veteran DB.
And I loved our quick conversation in pregame with him on the field where he said, hey, look, I love playing these young quarterbacks. They don't know a whole lot yet, so I can use my mind to put me in a position to make a play.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Adam Thielen with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Vikings get the quick strike touchdown. Bailey got the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. This fielded at the 2. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And a first half that really has not been kind to them. A late opportunity here to maybe make some inroads on this deficit before half.
And this drive's going to go a long way towards telling us whether they actually have a chance to come all the way back in this game or not.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. They go play action now. Jackson throwing the out route, incomplete. It's Morgan. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 11 yards there, first down. They'll run on first down. It's Elliott. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. I think you mentioned in the opening drive that these guys needed to establish the run, protect the young QB. Actually wrote that down, believe it or not. So how would you assess things so far?
I'm kind of touched that you actually wrote something like that down. I appreciate that, partner. But I do think they've been able to do that. Maybe not as effectively as they've wanted to, but I think we'll see more of as this game goes along because they want to continue to take care of that young QB.
The Cowboys on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Over the middle, complete. That's Elliott. Touchdown, Cowboys! Ezekiel Elliott, his 14th touchdown now on the year, as his guys are back within a single score.
I think everyone in the league talks about finishing, don't they? Doesn't matter whether it's a quarter, a half, a game, a series, whatever. But they're finishing the first half in fine style, putting that one in the end zone.
They did, and they didn't leave much time on the clock either. Well done. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down. And it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops. And if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
On 2nd and a couple. Cousins. He'll find Thielen working the middle. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. A big play on the catch and run, covering 34 yards.
34 yards. First down, Minnesota.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30.
Switch it. Line out.
Throwing is Cousins. He's got the connection over the middle to Diggs. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. Bailey's kick is good. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. The Vikings have to like their position. They've got the lead. They get this football as well as we are back and underway for the second half.
Let's go, baby.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that.
Check 1-3. Tighten up.
On 2nd and 12, Cousins. And he almost had it defensively. Could have been a game changer there in this second half. Instead, it's third down.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense that fell harmlessly to the ground. On third down, Cousins. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on third down. So instead of giving them another third down, they'll decline it, brings up 4.
Now, that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
The Cowboys take over first and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. Play action. It's Jackson. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And got his man complete. Touchdown, Cowboys. A big play there with his first career NFL touchdown, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game.
As a fan, is there anything prettier than a well-executed post route?
No, it's a thing of beauty, especially when it's done like that for a touchdown.
The throw, the catch, and how about the run after to get it to the end zone?
The Vikings take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Well, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. From the 27, Cousins dancing to his right, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Off the edge, it's Tyrone Crawford with a sack.
You know, on these types of plays, we're always looking to assess blame. Okay, where did it break down? Sometimes it's just a great play.
So now after the sack, Cousins and the Vikings come up here third and long. Third and long for Cousins. It's complete to Laquan Treadwell. And a good job defensively. They stop him short of the first at the 32. It'll be a gain of 12, but it will also lead to fourth down. Here's Matt Weil now as he's on to punt for Minnesota.
The Cowboys take over first and 10. Get ready. At their own 23-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown, and now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Jackson now out left to Anderson. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards.
I know I spent a lot of time talking about how tight ends in a lot of cases now are pumped up wide receivers, but they're still big people. He used that frame right there to absorb a really big hit on him and held on to the ball.
Elliott a first down and more. A big run that time by Elliott. 59 yards for him on the ground. With that last effort, he topples the 5,000-yard mark for his career.
And that doesn't place you among the absolute greats that have ever played the game, but it's a significant achievement and a very, very solid career.
This will be caught at about the 6. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. Only a yard on the completion. It's 2nd and goal.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
2nd down and goal. Jackson. And that is caught. Touchdown, Cowboys. From 3 yards out, as his guys are able to regain the lead.
I know we often laugh, and sometimes we even exalt the guys who are great trash talkers and give us some really funny lines. But the bottom line is absolute production on the field. His 2nd touchdown of the game, and they lead.
And now they'll be looking to their defense to preserve that lead.
The Vikings take over first and 10. Let's go! At their own 25-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Anthony Brown.
That was a really nice interception. I think it illustrates the differences between playing man and playing zone. When you're in man, all you're focused on is the receiver in front of you. But when you're in zone, you're allowed to read the quarterback's eyes and go to the ball. That's exactly what happened on that play.
Here we go. Come on, 61. Check, check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Watch the curl. Watch the curl. Watch the curl. Big edge. Big edge. Big edge. Jet. 22. Jet. Mama. 22. Jet. Mama.
After the interception, here's Jackson. And that is incomplete. Just a little beyond the reach there of his receiver. That's probably one he wishes he had back.
He wishes it had been 7-on-7 in practice, or maybe even routes versus air, because that's a completion he makes, 9.9 times out of 10? Just missed that one.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. They'll run with Elliott. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10.
It's 3rd and 10.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Get that ball. Get that ball. SOS. 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 SOS.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Solomon Thomas, they love to see that from him as he slips in for the sack. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
A terrific return. 30 yards all in all. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And last time, one-play interception, so this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling, because a one-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, you get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
Throwing on 2nd down. Cousins. That's complete to the receiver, Thielen. Catch number 40 for him on the year. It's a 1st down.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Cousins now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. A 10th carry in the game for Cook. And he's got this one across midfield into Cowboy territory. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
From just shy of midfield, Cousins. Now the hit comes, and Cousins lost the football. And his guys will set up shop at midfield at the 50-yard line.
With no running backs in the backfield to help pass protect, all the receivers in their patterns, there's going to be hot routes if they sense a blitz or pressure on the quarterback. They've got to be prepared to break routes off early and get the football. In this case, never even had a chance. They popped the ball free in the backfield.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. He's able to rip off 32 on that one. It's a 1st down.
This is a little bit like baseball here. Strong up the middle. Both sides want to be that. In this case, the offense ended up winning the ultimate battle.
And those big runs between the tackles, that's a little deflating for a defense, isn't it?
It really is, because that's where your strength's supposed to be. You're supposed to be in a spot where they can't make that yardage there. You're supposed to send them outside. Not in this case.
And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. That one goes for 16 yards. It sets him up 1st and goal.
1st and goal at the 2-yard line.
Wait. Good team running. Watch the run. He's checking. Crash. He's crashing. He's checking crash.
One quarter remains here on a Sunday night. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up.
Check 13.
They'll try to run it in with Elliott. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 2nd and goal.
Brings up 2nd and goal. At the Vikings 3-yard line.
And now Jackson will look to throw it. And this is caught for a Cowboy touchdown. Kahale Waring. His first NFL reception goes for 6. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. Sometimes those tight ends are a mismatch. They found the mismatch there.
And that's exactly why you want to drop those types of plays, because coverage is just going to go to the natural guys, the guys that make the big plays on the outside. But if you work your tight end into it, that's a tough one for a defense to handle.
Tough, they couldn't handle it. It worked out for 6. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
They're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. And a short pickup there as he'll take this up to right around the 20. After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain. There the Cowboys here on third down, bringing in an extra defensive back.
6 guys, check 6 guys.
Working out of the gun, Cousins. And for a third time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off near the 34. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games, and now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
Let's pick it up. It's our time, guys. Our time. Let's get it.
They'll go with Pollard here on first down. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 13 yards and a first down, Cowboys. And I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the...
And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Tony Pollard, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Cowboys use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Extra point by Marr, up and good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
The Vikings take over.
Let's go,
first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense is well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure. The backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
That'll bring up 4th. They had the 8-yard gain on first down, but unable to do much from there. To throw is Cousins. And this is going to be incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And Dallas, they'll take over in terrific field position. So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. Pollard going to try the right side. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And that'll make it 2nd and 12.
At the 36-yard line.
Check.
Going to run again here with Pollard. And yet again, he's stopped behind the line of scrimmage. Great job by this Vikings defense. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long.
You're not ready.
Here's Jackson to throw. Flush to his right. And they go backwards here. Losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. It's a loss of 10 yards on the play. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. This is fielded at the 7. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And last time they were very fortunate, this offense. They went for it on fourth, turned it over in their own territory, but the other guys held up. They didn't give up any points.
So how about the guy with the #1 headset on the sidelines, the head coach? That was planned going into it, not necessarily to not get the first down or to have the defense have to hold up.
But he trusted his defense.
Trusted his defense very much, and I think that's how he's going to play this game. Go for it, be aggressive, because I've got the wild bunch backing me up over here on my own sideline.
Now we'll see what his offense can do. They get 14 there. First down, Vikings. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Here's Cousins. That is caught at the 7. Touchdown, Vikings. Stephon Diggs, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Vikings are able to close the gap just a bit. Extra point up and good by Bailey. And that will shave one more off this lead. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And all deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. And the Vikings pick up the football. And they are going to bring this one back. It's a fumble return, a scoop and score for the Vikings. So they need to determine if that knee was down before the ball was coughed up.
And they also wanted to make sure that the ball was possessed as they were going through, that the ball wasn't working its way free before the knee hit the ground.
They start on the ground with Elliott. And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. You know, I was going to ask you if maybe they should surprise and pass the ball, but where they're at on the field, I think keep it on the ground, right?
I like where you're going with this one, because field position is going to determine these play calls. And backed up where they are, I don't even think about putting the ball in the air. I tell my running backs, grasp the football, and I tell my offensive line, don't allow any leaks so they get hit immediately when we hand it off.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. He was trying to get it to Ezekiel Elliott, and that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down.
Let's go. 60 outlaw. Check, watch 54, watch the wheel. I got it.
Another carry tonight for the workhorse Elliott. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Well, that didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. Fielded at the 20. Now on the return, oh no, the ball is loose. It's picked up by the Cowboys. And that should just about do it. They return it to the end zone, sealing it with a defensive touchdown. Still an important piece of business to take care of, the extra point. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21 points. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now Cousins. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. And Xavier Woods with a pick. And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory.
Go. 70, Indy.
And they'll indeed take a knee.
Beckers on the keeper. It's a loss of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 48-yard line.
Ready.
Mike 54.
And they take a knee.
Beckers on the keeper.
So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long.
You better bring it. Say go.
And they will take a knee here.
Beckers on the keeper. Tonight's final score.
Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Cowboys, the win will move them to 7-2 now on the year. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Detroit Lions. Meanwhile, for Minnesota, they come back to the pack a bit as their record falls to 7-3. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.